Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin.
N15 PCA.
And be sure to follow us on C15 Podcast over on Twitter for all the latest news and updates on the podcast. But today, the review of Star Trek Discovery Episode 11, The Wolf Within. And like always, no, we're staying on spoilers, so watch the episode first, then come back here if you don't want to be spoiled, but we're going to spoil the hell out of it.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we always do. We start talking and we can't even think about not spoiling things. So, right off the bat, it's another better episode. These Terran Empire episodes are way better than anything else.
Oh my gosh, that first season was just forgettable.
Yeah, the first 9 episodes were god-awful, and these ones are just okay.
All right.
If the series would have started out this way, I'd be like, I could barely get into this, but everything in the beginning, it's just, the Terran universe fits this mold of how everyone acts so much better.
Yes.
So, the beginning of the episode, they do this a lot where the camera starts outside, it spins around the ship, and then enters the ship through like a window.
Yeah.
It's happened like a dozen times.
I'd say about at least over 2 dozen times.
Yeah, in the whole entire series as well. Okay, we get it. It looks kind of cool. Stop doing it. It's wasting time. But we get into it's showing the Discovery, and I guess they're like repairing an outage or something, but it looks all scary.
Oh, yeah.
I thought, like, what, is a xenomorph going to come running by? Like, what's going on? Like, it's like, what's all this moody atmosphere?
For no reason, it's just weird.
And then you get the doctor, the engineer's holding the dead doctor's body, and he's like talking about the forest that I can't see, and he's like, just rambling on and on, because the doctor is dead. And so he's like holding his lover or whatever, because Lieutenant freaking snapped his freaking neck in the last episode.
Yeah, Lieutenant Taylor, yeah.
So, like I said, they just assumed that the engineer did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, his first name's Paul.
Paul, yeah.
I don't remember. I'm going to keep calling him the engineer because I'm not going to remember his name. So, we're like, okay, that's just like a weird opening scene. Then it cuts back over to Michael on the Shinzo. And she's like in bed and she's having like an opening monologue, basically saying how horrible this world is and how she doesn't know if she can stand being in a world where humans are just so disgustingly horrible, like killing, and she kind of uses Lieutenant Tyler as like her link back to the real world, but we all know there's something up with that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And the funny thing is, she had no problem disobeying orders and having to try to shoot on the Klingons in the first couple episodes. I was okay, but now she has problems.
Yeah, now she has all these like Federations. It's so weird. She literally has become a completely different character sometimes.
Yeah.
But then we get to see Suru's in this world, and he's like a slave on the ship.
Yeah.
And of course, she's like, "Oh, what's your name?" He's like, "I'm a slave. I don't even have a name." So he's like the official food maker and body washer. Like she like basically in her her space undies, and then she like prepares the tub for her. You don't get to see anything. She's in the tub and he's like cleaning her body. So literally his whole job is to be just like a maid.
Yeah, if you ever watched the Deep Space Nine episodes about the Alliance when they defeat the Terrans and Kira's getting bathed by the Vulcans, it's like that. It's like that whole kind of emperor
opulence, very
Roman. Yeah.
So we get to see that, and she feels bad because Suru's her friend.
Yeah.
And now he's just a freaking slave with no name. But, she has to, take it. Like, oh, yeah, time for my bath. And they'd be literally getting your best friend to do the most meaningless thing for you just to, like, show that you're better than them.
Yeah, I know,
so
right?
probably it's kind of hurting her heart to see friends have to be treated this way.
Yeah.
And then she kind of goes on, she's kind of doing the inner monologue, that captain's log of, like, this sucks. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, it is.
And then they get put to a transporter room, and I think we see some of the prisoners that we saw in the torture chambers, the pain rooms. And I guess they do the whole, the walk the plank of the Trek universe is transport you outside.
Yeah, you'll die.
So there was like 3 or 4 people, and their only crime, their crime that they said they were is because they had like ill thoughts about the Emperor. Literally guilty of wrong think.
Maybe they probably literally looked at their personal logs or something. And
they wrote, "Oh, the Emperor sucks the big one. Oh, time to die."
That's how it is. It's terrible, but that's how it is.
And they get transported into open space, and they just freeze up, and what a horrible death.
That is awful.
Ugh, terrible, terrible. So, and she's just standing there and Michael's watching all this, and she just has to like pretend this is a great thing, and yay, we just killed some more people.
We murdered 3 people.
And then you can see that this is it's just taking a huge toll on her. Like, she just does not want to do this anymore. And I guess, I don't even know how many days have passed. She's been the captain on the Shinzo for
at least a couple weeks, at least a few weeks.
We don't really get a good sense of time. what's
No.
going on. Like, has this been a day, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? And Lorca this whole time has been in that little shock chamber this whole freaking time. He's
yeah.
had it the worst. I don't
Oh,
care.
yeah, he's
what
getting
says.
messed up. You know, I think he kind of deserves
He kind of deserves it a little bit. So, you know, the episode moves on, and then we go back to Discovery, and we see Tilly is trying to figure out what happened, and then Suru, she contacts Michael.
But
on
no,
the Discovery.
literally, she contacts them right after she gets to see that slave. And then I don't know if it's Tilly, and she's just saying, okay, hang in there, you know, you're doing a good job, you know.
Yeah, just kind of like a
pep talk.
I want to say like a courtesy call.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, we're
Then he
still
ends
here.
up finding Suru. It's funny, the Suru from her universe. And
Yeah, he ends up calling and he's trying to explain, okay, and she explains how I can't get any of this information because it's stuck behind these firewalls and I can't get the information on the Defiant. And then Suru goes, well, can I ask you a question? She's like, yeah, whatever. Well, you know, tell me what's up. He's like, is there any more of my race?
Because the race are kind of, I guess they're almost to extinction on the normal
So he's
universe.
thinking maybe in this universe, maybe there's more of my people. And of course, they literally found that Suru on her ship is just a slave. And then she's like, oh, no, there's none. So she just lies to him.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to hurt his feelings, make him feel like, oh, yeah, you're a slave here.
But you know what? Would you have lied? I don't know. I might have told him the truth. Like, yeah, you're on this ship too, but you're basically a servant.
Yeah, sorry. It's lucky you got the lucky draw. You got born in our universe.
It's funny that she chose to lie to him because then it kind of goes back around. Because I even brought this up. I'm like, does she know that the doctor's dead? Are they not going to tell her? Yeah. Then after the call,
very next scene.
Yeah, the call ends and then it's Tilly and Suru talking. And Tilly's like, you need to tell Michael that the doctor's dead. That was her friend. And Sue was like, no, she doesn't need to worry about that. She already has enough on her mind. So I'm thinking, was she thinking the same thing for Suru? Oh, don't tell him he's a slave. Just let him.
Yeah, so it's kind of the both halves of both lying, not telling you the full truth.
So, but I kind of, I'm trying to think what I've told her. It's not important. She can't do anything about it.
But again, like Suru said, we don't need to stress her out.
Yeah.
She's already got enough on her plate. She didn't even worry about the doctor being dead.
So they, again, like I said in an earlier episode, they blame the engineer for killing him. They're thinking, oh, he had one of his violent outbursts. He went in there and he killed her. And then Tilly's like, oh, no, I don't think he did. I'm thinking, oh, maybe Tilly figured it out. But she kind of did it in a weird way, saying, oh, his brain's all messed up, so it really wasn't the real him.
So, yeah, she kind of did. I thought she did figure it out.
But she kind of didn't. And she's trying to figure out his brain mapping. It matches up with that water bear creature, saying that, oh, his mind is starting to get visions of this world and the other world because his mind's connected to everything.
But the thing, there's other dimensions too, and other universes, and he's getting all... And she ends up going through and saying, no, I can figure this out. I need to figure this out.
Let me be the doctor for you.
Yeah, doctor is more an engineering problem than it is a medical problem.
Yeah, it's so funny, but she thinks, you know what? She's going to use the spores to help heal him.
Yeah.
So these spores are going to go into his mind and basically rewire his brain.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, there you go. Remember the spores that we forgot about all those episodes? Go back again. So she devised the plan to put the spores in there, and then we'll monitor his mind.
I think I was so glad there was so much tech talk.
Yes.
Thank you. That's Star Trek. I love that. Give me more of that. Until he sounded more confident, I'm starting to really like her character, the way she's acting now, to be honest with you. She's getting more of that command feel to her instead of just being so mousy and so domicile.
She's the more confidence out of her. I think it's the hairstyle. It made her more confident, just having the nicer hair.
I mean, she actually looks pretty too, I'll be honest.
Yeah, instead of that weird, nasty, like her hair was like all crunched up, now it's like it's actually styled and like looks nice. Yeah. And just the overall confidence makes you a more attractive person. So they basically, and Sue was like, you know what, okay, I'll let you oversee the engineers. Basically, these spores are going to help heal him. So we cut back to why do I want to call it the Enterprise? I keep saying that. They cut back to the Discovery, or the Shenzhou, with Michael on there, and I guess they get a communication comes through, and it's some other guy, and he's like, oh, the Emperor has a task for you. We found out where the leader of the Resistance is. Go to that planet.
His name is Wolf?
The Firewolf.
Firewolf, which is a cool name.
And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a cool little name for him. And I'm thinking, oh, wow, here we go. She's going to have to, I'm like, how's she going to work her way around this? Because they're going to just like go above the planet and just light it up.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I want to go down there and, prove my mettle, and I'm going to fight him face to face. And, of course, that kind of matches in with the Terran sensibilities, but it's like, oh, you're kind of showing your hand, Michael. You're playing this a little too close.
Yeah, and then they go, well, but the Emperor gave you an order, and that's all they understand is you do what the Emperor says.
But she's like, I'm going to do it my way. No air attack. I'm going to use ground. I'm going to go in there, me and my personal bodyguard, Lieutenant Tyler. We're going to go down there and get him or fight him or figure out intel or do something.
And of course, Tyler's in handshaking the whole time.
Oh, yeah, that was a weird, stupid part. But right before that, everything I just told you happened before the opening scene.
Yeah.
So we had a 15-minute cold opening.
That's weird,
Then
right?
this plays like the opening theme song. Like, oh, opening
Why
theme song.
even have it at that point? And I remember if we backtrack a little bit, is when Taylor was in bed with Vernon, he's all talking about, "Oh, you're the greatest."
Yeah,
and all
the tether thing.
That whole kind of like self-grandization of Michael Burnham again. You just always have to do it.
It was about 5 to 6 minutes in, and he was praising Michael again.
Again, I just hate that.
She needs it. She needs that constant praise to keeps her motivated, keeps her going.
Yeah.
So Mike and Lorca are talking again because she goes to the torture chamber and she's like, "Oh man, Lorca, I don't want to kill all these people." And then Lorca has the thing, "Who cares? This is an alternate universe.
Yeah.
We need to get back to our world." And she's like, "Oh, they're being led by, they have Andorians and Klingons and Vulcans are all working together."
Tellarites, yeah.
And I need to know how all of them are working together. And any person with half a brain, the enemy of my enemy. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I can guarantee you. That's all I was thinking during that
Yeah,
scene.
exactly.
It's not because he figured out some secret way that they can have the power of friendship.
Because the backs are to the wall.
Yeah, that's the only reason why they're working together.
Yeah.
It's not for any other reason. It's a noble effort to think that maybe it was for something else.
Yeah.
So her plan is to go down there and find out why are they working together.
Yep.
Because in her mind, she's like, how could a Klingon even stand next to a Vulcan, let alone fight along their side without trying to kill the other guy? So, and then Lorca's like, well, maybe that is a good idea, but go down with you and Tyler and nobody else. Because we cannot,
Trust.
get anyone to find out that you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And that's that's that part when you say where they're walking down the hall, and then, of course, Lieutenant Tyler's shaking in his boots, and Mike has to hold his hand like he's a baby.
I hate that.
It's so stupid.
It's condescending. I just that's the one thing that always brings this show down.
How about they both look at each other and they both look unsure and they go, you know what, together we can do this. And
Fine.
No, they have to make it look he's the one who's shaking like a little baby.
Oh, exactly.
Ugh. So they transport down to the planet. Looks fine. It's kind of barren, whatever. Looks kind of like a mine.
Yeah. Well, if you ever seen that episode where Cisco gets trapped on that planet with the Dominion in the Jem'Hadar, it has that kind of look to it.
So they're looking around. They're like, oh, where's everybody at? Then they start getting fired upon. And I'm thinking to myself, how are they missing?
Yep.
Aren't these weapons like a 1,000,000% accurate?
I know,
And they're standing still, and they have the high ground, and they're kind of like they're almost like missile launcher looking things.
Yeah, a Vulcan and a missile launcher, and you get to see Andorians.
Yeah, and they look exactly like Andorians.
Oh yeah, well I know. Why couldn't they do that with the Klingons? I don't know.
I was theorizing that maybe in this alternate universe the Klingons would look more like regular Klingons, but of course that didn't happen.
No,
that would have been awesome.
Cool.
But of course not. Then they throw down their weapons. Michael tells Tyler, "Oh, don't shoot back," and then they'll kill us. Which why were they even not killing them in the beginning?
I don't know.
So she plays on her weapons. I need to talk to the fire chief. I want to talk to the fire wolf. And of course they're like, okay, they go down there and they cuff him or whatever, and they're gonna walk him back. One of the guys has a ridiculous looking spear. It looks like a spear straight out of like a JRPG. It's this gigantic.
Yeah, it's a little silly. They should have toned it down.
Yeah, it's a little big. It's
cartoony. It's cartoony, definitely.
Then they get led to just like a refugee camp, but it was all hidden by holograms, which is like something like, oh yeah,
that's what Crimson called it. Yeah,
like it's an active camouflage. Yeah. Remember in was it the latest Trek film? Remember that lady used that thing to mask her ship?
Yeah,
it's the same kind of principle. So they go in there and you find out that the albino Klingon is the Firewolf. He's the leader of the Resistance. And I remember in 15 PC brought this up when they're talking. It's like he's reasonable.
I like it. Why can't I like this Klingon?
You could see Worf in this situation where he doesn't trust, but he's like, you know what, we got to get everything that we can. Like, well, she came in here, put their weapons down, maybe we can have a dialogue. Oh my goodness. Klingons acting kind of like normal Klingons that we remember.
Yeah.
Not like these insane monsters.
Exactly.
But at least willing to talk a little bit.
Yeah.
And then, and he's speaking English, and it sounds good, and it doesn't sound so muffled.
Yeah, and then he's trying to make comments, hey, look, you guys got to get off the planet and all that, da-da-da, and I'll help you out. I'll make sure you guys get safety,
And he's like, how can I believe you?
Yeah.
And, of course, they call out the Prophet, and
I said, watch, it's going to be Sarek.
Sarek is the Prophet. But here's the thing, though. If he is the alternate universe of Sarek, shouldn't he be bad? Since our
not all necessarily, not necessarily.
But he has the goatee. He has to be bad.
Yeah.
That's the.
I know it's funny. If you're Spock, you look like Spock. You gotta look like evil Spock.
If you got a goatee, you gotta be the evil version. But of course, he's just he's regular Sarek.
Yeah.
He literally acts just like the other one.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, he'll do a mind meld on you and see if you're being truthful.
Yeah.
He does the mind meld on her and then sees all of her memories,
like her past when she was younger.
And then she's like, and then Sarek comes out of the mind meld. He's like, I saw a world that was not like ours.
With full potential.
We see a human federation where they're helping people.
Yeah.
And doing things like where humans are not these barbarians.
Yeah.
Then he's like, yeah, you can trust this girl because in her mind she can.
And Sarah just takes that face, and then the
value.
Klingon takes that face value. Okay, I trust him.
He's like, I trust the prophet. And I'm like, wow, I like that. I like this guy.
And then Bird's like, I gotta ask you one question. How are you guys working together? Because I'm just shocked.
And then he's like, okay, pack up, we're leaving. And she's like, no. Remember, I need something from you. Why are you the leader? And then he's like, I follow the light of Kahless. And he starts saying things like that. And then Lieutenant Tyler starts flipping out because he's hearing Kahless and Klingon bloodlines and it's starting to mess him up.
But he's hearing it in a messed up way, not the way he would do it.
Yeah.
He, like the way we're conquerors, not that kind of...
And then he's starting to spaz out. And I'm like, oh no, he's going to ruin this.
I know.
So he's spazzing out. He's trying to explain, but it's just like what I said. He basically told Michael, well, any enemies of the Terrans are my friends. Yeah. And we have to work together. And he's like, I stand tall with the Klingons. Well, how can you stand next to a Vulcan if you're for your Klingon honor? He's like,
and work with Andorians and Tellarize.
We're backs are against the wall. Yeah. We have to.
Yeah.
It's either this or all Klingons are dead.
But Burnham actually thought literally they would just rather all die. That's what she literally thought they wouldn't work together.
So, he's starting, Tyler's literally completely freaking out. And he literally screams out in Klingon. He's like,
and then he goes, oh, the old tongue.
And he attacks him.
Yeah.
So we got Michael standing there while Lieutenant Tyler's attacking the albino guy. Yeah. And his name is Volk?
Yeah, Volk or something, yeah.
So he's attacking him, and then Michael's like, Lieutenant, please stop. Just go up there and pinch him.
No, you're supposed to be a Vulcan, even though you don't have any Vulcan blood in you. Vulcan, then pinch him.
And she's just like, I guess she's so upset the fact that Lieutenant Tyler would just straight up attack. When they got everything they wanted, they agreed to help, and then he just straight up attacks him. So, of course, the Klingon guy kind of beats him down and is going to kill him. And then she's like, no, don't kill him. And he's like, wow, you would lie to me after all this, and you sent this, an assassin to kill me. And then Sarek's like, whoa, I only did a mind meld on her. Her intentions are true. I don't know about this.
And then at this point, Grim says, do a mind meld on Taylor. What's
preventing him? The extra 3 minutes?
I know, right?
And I'm like... and Tyler's not dead, and Michael's looking at him like, well, you got some explaining to do. Like, how is he going to talk his way out of this?
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing. Yeah. I'm like, he's done. There's no way this is going to work out.
No.
So the Firewolf guys, the albino Klingons, like, okay, let's leave. Let's get out of here. He's like, well, I need proof that I was here, that I found something.
Yeah.
Then the Andorian guy goes, here, I'll give you something. Gets this little information cube triangle thing. It says, hey, this is a listing of all our listening posts that are in the quadrant. That will prove that you snuck into our camp and stole this. But by the time you decrypt it, we will have already shut those all down.
All down, yeah. No one won't be able to get them. So which is good. So she's got. So
she gets back and says, Discovery 2 to beam up. Here's this information. Yeah. Decipher this, and it's our key to victory. So it's like, okay, she did something good. And then she's like, Lieutenant, my quarters, immediately. We're thinking, okay, what's going to happen here? Because he basically just literally almost ruined everything.
Yeah.
And they would be stuck there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Or just been killed and whatever.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Or be used as hostages or whatever.
So during that, we get back to the Discovery, and then we're starting to see that the spores are helping out the engineer, and then it's actually a funny thing. Instead of Michael getting praise, Tilly gets a little bit of praise from Suru. He's like, wow, the way you thought to do this is pretty amazing, and then you really used forward thinking, and she's like, oh, maybe you will, recommend me for the
training of academy thing.
And I'm thinking, you're thinking about career? We're stuck in another universe.
Stewart says, okay, let's wait till we get back to our universe, then we'll talk about it, okay?
Where there's a command.
So we don't need to worry about that right now.
But it starts to freak out. The spores aren't helping him, his brain waves are going way crazy.
It's too much information to process, I guarantee it.
And then he basically flatlines.
Yeah.
And then they call an emergency crew and their doctors.
And Taylor's telling him, don't do it. I'll kick back in, but they don't want to risk it.
Because he flatlined.
Yeah.
So they put a little shocker thing on him, clear. Poof.
Yeah.
And then it's hitting him, and Tilly starts crying. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, did the engineer die? And then it cuts right back to Michael. So we have no idea if the engineer's dead or not.
See, that's good suspense. So
you're thinking, oh man, did he die? Did he not? And then we got Michael's confronting the lieutenant saying, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
You're speaking Klingon. You attacked our only ally. What's going
And then even when you did that hunt, when you were in the honeycomb getting that one device, you were freaking out.
Yeah, the little worker bee thing.
Worker bee thing. Yeah, whatever it's called. Yeah.
And then he's trying to make these excuses, and it's like, no, Lieutenant Tyler, there is no more excuses.
Yeah.
But then he starts, oh, I don't feel like I'm me, and things are happening in my mind. And when she talks, he's talking about the female Klingon.
Yeah.
I have to obey, and it's like, whoa, you're going way crazy.
Yeah. And then Burnham talks about what happened to you in that thing, and then he starts to remember when he was getting surgically altered.
Every single time that he would have these PTSD flashbacks of being worked on, he was never Tyler. He was always Volk, or the albino Klingon being turned into a human. So we theorized that before. A lot of people in the comments also did that too, about how maybe it's not just a human who's been, brainwashed. It's straight up that Klingon put into a human body.
Yeah, because literally all the times before you saw him as Tyler, but then now you start to see the real thing.
Yeah, he sees his reflection, and it's the Klingon. Then when it cuts back, it's the Klingon on the table.
And I can kind of see why maybe he freaked out then, because he saw himself in the other universe.
So yeah, and he saw himself standing beside other races, and he
couldn't stand it.
Yeah, he's not going to stand any of that. Then he basically flips a switch, and now he's 100% the Klingon Volk guy. And then he even starts talking like him, and you killed my lord, and now I'm going to kill you. And Michael basically is like, oh, we need to tell the Discovery, and you think he's going to let you do that?
Yeah, we got to tell Suru. Yeah, he just grabs it you're not.
Yeah, then they start kind of a struggle. She pulls out her phaser on him. And then she's threatening to shoot him.
And she doesn't believe that he's really Vulcan for the longest time. He keeps on telling her details when they fought, when she saw him on the ship. It's like, how much more do you need?
The fact that he's speaking perfect Klingon.
Yeah.
And he's talking about things that only Volk would know about.
Yeah.
Come on, Michael. How much do you need?
I mean, you're supposed to be so smart. How can you not get it?
I know she loves him or whatever, so I guess that made her stupid. But I'm pretty sure her phaser has a stun setting. Just stun him.
Yeah. And if the Terrifying doesn't, oh well, I mean, what are you going to do?
Why not just stun him? Can someone explain to me why not just stun him and then, call the bridge? Oh, my bodyguard attempted on me, lock him, throw him in the bridge.
This is the Terran Empire. This isn't the Federation. They'd easily do that.
And then, then he basically gets her around the throat, and he's going to kill her for, killing Takomov. Is that what that was?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And then Suru to the rescue, which is her hand save, grabs him and just chucks him. Because Suru's race is actually strong, too.
Yeah.
And then he's he made an attempt on the captain's life, and then they do a shocker thing on him and arrest him. And I guess protocol is you make an attempt on your captain's life, it's death.
The thing about Terran Empire, they have rules. If you're going to take out the captain, you have to be the first officer. It has to be a ranking system. You can't just go.
He would have to work his way up to the captain.
Yeah, you can't be instant to kill a captain. It doesn't work that way.
No. You can do it, but you're not going to gain anything out of it.
No, you're going to get killed.
So we're like, whoa, is she going to really kill him? Because they showed before, they just transport you out of space, and you're toast. So I'm thinking, man, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? They're really going to kill him? They're really going to kill him?
Yeah.
I still can't get over the fact that she didn't shoot him.
I know.
Literally, she just couldn't stun him. Is there any explanation?
Exactly, I know, right?
And she's just like, oh, you're going crazy. You're really Lieutenant
But it's
Ash.
unusual. It's really unusual to show Michael Burnham looks so feeble. And I mean, I don't mind it for a change of pace, but it's still in this instance, it made no sense.
Yeah, she should have just stunned him.
What's the problem?
So we get back to Tilly, and she's talking to the engineer, and he's still in the little chamber. And I'm thinking, oh, he's dead.
Yeah, why don't they take him out? I kept saying, why do they keep him?
But then he starts to wake up a little bit, oh yay, the engineer actually lived, or he's starting to at least get brain function again.
Yeah.
And we see that he's in his own mind.
Yeah. Well, if you remember the scene in the first part of the season where they're in the engineer room, and there's all those spores,
the mushrooms
and grass. That's what it looks like in his head.
And you see all the tendrils and sparklies, and he's walking around looking, and then you hear the engineer's voice, and he looks over, and it's the Terran version of him.
Yeah.
He's oh, so glad you joined me, and it's oh no, they have a spore drive in this.
If they do, they would be unstoppable. They would use it to conquer.
Because he's wearing the Terran uniform.
Yeah.
And then the other engineer looks at him oh no, and then that's where that
he's
ends.
I don't want to be any part of you. Because he doesn't even know because he knows what's going on. I don't want anything to do with you.
So he's stuck in his head. So it's he can escape him.
I wonder if it's going to be a battle between those two.
He's going to, or you think the evil engineer's going to take over the other
That's what I
engineer's
said.
mind?
Oh, that would be horrible.
Seeing how the Terran Empire kind of doesn't have, they don't care about safety. Maybe they thought they already killed their engineer, but his mind's been in the in the ether.
Yeah.
So when he connected, he's going to be able to steal his body.
Yeah, that could be.
I think that might happen.
Oh, that would be dangerous. That's a good speculation.
I think that actually might happen. Oh. So we cut back to the Shinzo, and they're going to basically send Lieutenant Tyler overboard. And then Michael walks up to him. Do you have any last words? And then he says in Klingon, the light of Kalis, whatever, blah, blah, blah. She hits him in the stomach and is like, yeah, F this dude, man.
I know, right?
This guy can go freaking go swim with the stars, you
I can't
jerk.
really actually like Taylor. That's what gets me so mad, because I thought he was such a cool character at first, but...
And then I'm thinking, oh, she's going to save him. Maybe she's not. She's going to save him. She walks over to the teleporter, you know.
Because they were going to do it, let me do it. I'm like, oh, here we
I'm
go.
like, the only reason for her to do that is because she's going to try to save him.
Mm-hmm.
She, and he gets teleported out of space. I'm like, damn, she killed him. For 1 second, and then you
That
see
was
him.
cool.
Then you see him phase, and he gets him like, oh, he got saved by the
Well,
Discovery.
so she must get a message to Discovery, hey, come and get him.
Yeah, there must have been something to come save him. I'm like, but why save him? Then but she also told him that he's also a traitor, so they had guns ready.
Yeah, so
on
they're
him.
ready. Yeah, they know.
And then he's like, oh, you should have killed me, blah blah blah. She's like, well, then we wouldn't be able to get this, and he has the data thing for like all the information on the
So
Defiant.
it made a little sense. But
So
why
it
can't you
makes-
do that to another prisoner?
Yeah.
Or make that when they do that to Captain Lorca, that would have made more sense.
So they have two enemies on board. Those two Klingons, which they don't care if they even get stuck in this mirror universe. That's how crazy they are.
Yeah.
And Sewer's like, oh, even though we're in this world, we still have to follow Federation protocol, and you'll be put forth from the tribunal. We're in another universe. There is no tribunal.
At this point, you can kill them. We'll be fine. You can say the traitors, the rebel traitors. Who cares?
The only thing I could think would be to not just keep them in a brig. Is there a way to, like, I don't know if they have this in Trek. I'm pretty sure they do, where they're just like comatose.
Yeah, do
Like,
that.
Put them in like a freaking vegetable state, freeze them, and say, when we get back to our world, we'll unfreeze you. And
Why not?
Yeah, cryo-sleep or something.
Cryostasis, yeah, because this is an emergency situation.
yeah, we can't let these people be up and about, because if these shields go down and they get out of that, they're going to start killing crew members.
Yeah.
There is no reason to keep him not under stasis.
Yeah.
There's no reason. But of course they're going to...
I'm just glad Taylor's got found out and
Yeah.
he can't do any more damage. As far as long as he doesn't get out.
And again, here's the thing. Was there ever Lieutenant Tyler?
I was talking about that with Crimson afterwards. I don't know.
There might have been like a file of someone who got killed, and they just took his file and then
But
transferred
funny,
over.
look, Lorca had his suspicions when he first put him on the ship,
Yeah.
so it even makes it even more realize maybe he's deterring Captain Lorca, because he asked him questions about Seattle that he didn't know.
A lot of you guys in the comments have been saying, yeah, the Lorca who was the captain of Discovery really was a Terran Lorca who found a way to cross over, took place of himself, and then maybe he's trying to bring information back to the Terrans.
Yeah.
But they already have a spore drive because that engineer.
Or maybe that evil engineer's the one that got Lorca to our universe.
Maybe he's the one who Yeah, maybe the Terrans came up with the spore drive and leaked that information to that Lorca.
Yeah.
Get it over there. But then why would he do that? See, I like the idea that I'm thinking, and I want to kind of see where this is going.
But yeah, finally, instead of the first 9 episodes, you're like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
So during that whole time, we see that a ship has been is attacking the planet. She's like, well, I didn't give any order for that. Hail them, and no answer. And you just see they bombard that planet because
With a lot of photons, I mean a ton.
that they haven't finished evacuations yet. I'm pretty sure they have.
I'm hoping.
I'm thinking they did because I like that Volk. I like him. He's a cool Klingon. I like that the way he's
But when
acting.
it finds out, like, we're in another universe, this is you as a human, like, what the hell?
Super weird, right? What?
What?
So the planet's like been freaking
Oh yeah,
bombarded.
yeah. It looks like volcano ash. I mean, I'm surprised the planet didn't blow up. That's how much they bombarded.
So, they're like, oh, hail coming in from the thing. It's the Emperor. And again, a lot of you guys in the comments said, oh, it's probably Giorgio from the original.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
And
too.
it's her.
It's her, yeah.
And she looks as ridiculous as a Terran Emperor would look, big old cape and everything,
Yeah.
and her sword.
Gaudy.
And
Well, it makes me wonder, since it is her, I wonder if she's descended of Yoshi Sato, because she became the Emperor back in Archer's time. So, if she's part of that bloodline, I don't know. Might
maybe
be.
something. They make a connection. That'd
Make
be
a connection,
nice.
that'd be kind of fun.
And then she's like, oh, Michael, it's been quite some time or whatever. And they're talking. It's like, oh, man, here's the problem. They get to talking. Michael can only fake it for so long.
Yeah.
Because I guess if she was like her protege, she's going to like not know things.
Yeah.
Like certain particular details that this Emperor lady, Emperor Giorgio is going to know that Michael's not going to know.
Well, funny, I remember just a little bit before that, she talked to Lorca. So bring the prisoner to my thing, I'm going to interrogate him. And she goes, I can't do this. I'm all alone now. I have no one brought you my back. And we already got the version. Let's get out of here. And he goes, no, we have to stay.
See, it's like, why does Lorca want to stay so bad?
Yeah, exactly.
Because what if Suru can't decipher those codes? We still need to find information. It's like, I don't know, Captain. We're kind of screwing her. Like,
And you're the one getting more messed up than me. You're going through that torture chamber. I mean, until the Emperor sees fit to kill you, which she could do.
so it ends with the whole Giorgio, basically saying, "Oh, why did I have to travel across the galaxy to do a job that I gave you? Should have just blew up the planet." So it's like, I wonder how she's gonna try to fake her way through this, and fake it till you make it. But she's at the end of her rope.
Yeah, and then she's like, "You have to. How come you're not bowing to your emperor?" And she has to bow.
So I want to see where this is going. I hope not everyone died on that planet for the rebels. Even though it doesn't really matter because they want to get back to their universe and say this Terran universe is just effed.
Yeah.
We can't save it. We tried. And there's nothing really we can do.
Even though we never put if they do get back, we never put a record to the Federation about this. So when Kirk goes there, he didn't know what was going on.
Again, a lot of you guys in the comments have been speculating. It's a pretty cool idea. They go, well, what if they get back and it's in the future? They're like in Voyager time by the time they get back.
Cool.
That would be cool. I think you commenters need to get jobs at CBS because you guys come up with way better storylines.
If they do that and just get rid of the SJW stuff and Burnham being perfect, this might be actually a good show if they could do that.
The ship has been turning around metaphorically from a horrific show to an okay show.
Almost a C.
But you can't, get Fs. All the way through high school, then you start doing D- work, it doesn't erase all the Fs.
No, so you imagine that maybe potential C- with an F, it's still a D. It's still a D show. It is.
So hopefully we get some more of these adventure type episodes. We still get some good science tech with Tilly. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering what's going on with the Terran version of the engineer. Is he going to try to steal his body? Mm-hmm. I think that might happen.
And give me an episode, at least 10 minutes of what they're doing in their universe.
Yeah, because
I'm curious
that Discovery is in the Prime universe right now.
Yeah. What are they doing? What's happening?
Heck, what's Killy doing over there? Maybe they won't go into hiding or something.
Maybe.
Remember how they said they could? It just came to mind when they couldn't see Giorgio's ship. Did she has cloak technology?
She might. Well, there is no treaty in that universe, so she
might have cloak.
And her ship looked pretty big from the preview.
Yeah,
it looked like almost like the one from Nemesis.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
You know what I mean?
So I like this episode. It's definitely another decent step towards a better.
I know. I've always harped on this. Why couldn't these be the first episode?
Yeah, this
is so much better.
If we were started out with, what's this going on? Well, we're in the Terran universe, and start with that. Literally, if episode 10 was episode 1 or episode 3,
yeah, 3,
it's so much better. But they had the first 9 episodes to
That's
ruin
what brings
everything.
It down, yeah.
And like I said, Lieutenant Tyler, he's done. They need to kill him or put him in stasis because if you let him walk around or just be in the brig,
doing the Federation, they're not going to unless they have to. You know that's not going to happen. So that's like,
ugh.
I know they had to get. Why couldn't they just transport the information off of him and let him die?
I know.
Why did she save him? Oh.
There's nothing good can come from keeping him alive. No. Nothing good. Oh, I'm going to see him go to trial.
Your
Who cares?
sensibilities, and this doesn't work in this universe. You got to let it go. Like Lorca, I can't agree with Lorca. Burnham, you got to start acting like a Terran captain a little bit more. You just have to. Now the Emperor's there. You got to be ruthless.
And when she punched him, that's when she probably slipped the thing into his belt.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So that's going to wrap up this episode. I'm trying to think of anything else that stood out. Nothing I can't really think of that's coming.
Oh yeah, that was a little weird. How come the person that was working on the electricity was wearing the regular Starfleet uniform? How come she had the Terran Empire?
Yeah,
I mean, they seem like they gave them to everyone. Why did she have one?
It's super weird.
I mean, just to keep it parallel. Even when they were looking at the medical things, so for the engineer Paul, you can see the Terran Empire symbol there. So they even had that detail, but not the uniforms. I know it's a minor point, but it's silly. Why not?
So we got some stuff going on. We got Michael's going to have to confront Giorgio and I don't know, fake it till you make it. We have Lieutenant Tyler gone full confirmed that he's just Volk or whatever.
That is Volk, yeah.
We have the engineer stuck in whatever hyper ether space wherever his mind
There's
is.
interesting things happening now. If they can just clean up the little things.
Yeah, we don't need Lieutenant Tyler shaking like a little baby.
I know this is just from the preview episode, but one thing I will say is one thing I did like when Lorca said, which is bow to me, I don't bow to anybody. Yeah. We need more of that. Males act like that instead of being all, help us, Burnham. He got to save us.
So without going too much into, because they showed the preview, so there's going to be a little more action, some more confrontations there, but, that's going to be for next week.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't believe I'm starting to like it a little bit better. I'm glad.
That's nowhere near Orville.
Oh, yeah, Orville's still a way better show.
Oh, Orville's like almost a 10, okay?
I'm glad they're starting to turn the ship around a little bit. And I'm glad to see Michael. It's funny, when we see her vulnerable, it's always in a stupid situation where it wouldn't have made sense for her to be.
But again, I don't mind her being vulnerable, but make it where it makes sense. Shoot Taylor. Just shoot him.
Or when she was fighting, when Lieutenant was fighting Volk on the planet, just go up there and choke him out, just grab him, throw him to the ground. Oh no, stop! Like two boys fighting.
They would totally believe you if you would have shot him at that point. Like, okay, maybe his bodyguard couldn't stand what she was saying. Because he's a Terran scum, he decided.
Yeah, and he turned on his captain.
Yeah.
But the way she literally had her hands up, it reminded me in a weird way, like you're in high school and she's a teacher and two kids started fighting and she's like, well, boys, calm down, you know?
I know, right? It's ridiculous. The thing I want to say is, I'm hoping the reason why it's turning around is they got some Star Trek writers on this. Maybe they realize, hey, those first 9 episodes were kind of not Star Trek, and they're starting to.
This is kind of off topic, but the people who love the first 9 episodes, wouldn't you retroactively have to hate these episodes because they're so different from those ones?
Yeah.
But no, they love it all the way through no matter what.
Oh, they can't. They're in for a penny, in for a pound. They're not going to stop no matter what. It could be something they don't like. They're not going to say that.
It's so funny. People were calling us haters. You just hate the show. I actually kind of like the last 2 episodes. So if you want to just write us off as haters, we're going to just present each episode as it is. And the last 2 have been decent. And I'm not going to deny it.
They wouldn't be in my top 12 of Orville episodes, but they're better. They're getting it, luckily.
Again, the Terran universe helps out so much.
Yeah, because I don't have to worry about it. I know some people, I remember the commentators were saying, oh, they care about the Terran universe. It doesn't bother me. It really does. Do what you want with the Terran universe. Make it go upside down, sideways. It's not the prime.
Yeah, I don't really care what happens with an alternate universe.
I don't. Sorry.
Prime universe is where things can get fixed. But again, we still need to explain how the spore drive doesn't get to every other ship.
I know. There's got to be a reason.
Something has to happen.
Yeah.
And again, like when the one commentator says maybe they come back and they end up in the future. Now that would be pretty cool.
I'm hoping make it even like Voyager or Deep Space Nine. That would be awesome.
Where they're like, sure, there's a rift, and what the Discovery, didn't that ship get lost all those years ago? Like end the series like that. How cool would that be?
Oh yeah, and then totally this season that'd be amazing.
Yeah, even end it where it's freaking Captain LaForge on a ship and he's the one that finds it. Literally, the fangasm in my mind would explode. Give us some of that.
Well, I know Ensign Kim at that point was the captain of the Rhode Island. Yeah. I don't remember what LaForge is the captain.
Yeah, he ended up being a captain of a bunch of basically they commissioned a ship of nothing but Datas.
Datas, yeah, that would be cool.
He's the captain. How cool!
But that would be just too much. I mean, that would all make it a good show. But I don't think
they'll do something that cool.
That would be amazing.
But
we're lucky we just got the Terran Empire at this point.
Yeah. So that's gonna wrap it up. Unless you have anything else.
No, that's all I wanted to say.
So that's gonna be it for this week's review. We're going to be back next week. We're going to do them all the way through. We're not going to stop.
Nope.
I've been your host, Crimson Sin.
And 15 PCA.
Thanks for watching.
See you later. Bye.
Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching and be sure to like, sub, and share. Also, for the most up-to-date information about the podcast, follow us on Twitter at C15 Podcast.